Hi, my name is Valerie and I'm with measureQuick, and today what we're going to talk about is how you can use your CRM with measureQuick Cloud in order to help alleviate a lot of data input, especially duplicate data input that your technician has to experience between the two softwares. So what I'm going to show you is going to take a lot of the load off of the technician and put it on the office staff, but it's a lot easier for them to enter this information on the computer versus on a tablet or on a phone. So let's get started. For this example, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use our integration with House Call Pro. The user experience is slightly different with Service Titan, but the process should be the same for both integrations. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to create a new job. We're going to start from scratch on everything. New job. And you put in the information you have. Obviously, as you work in your CRM, you're going to enter a lot more information than I am, but I am just going to show you bare minimum what you need to enter in your CRM in order for us to showcase and grab it in measureQuick. Okay, we're going to create our customer and a few more pieces of information. Just schedule it for today. And then dispatch it. All right, now we're going to save it. Okay, so the office personnel who just entered that is now going to go to cloud.measurequick.com and log in, and it's going to look something a lot like this. And you can either click here under projects or here at projects, but get to your projects. And if you didn't already know this, fun fact, if you have a CRM integration, you primarily will only work in your CRM. You don't really need to come to our cloud except to do this. But in the event you ever need a backup of measureQuick reports or measureQuick data, it can be found here. So we're going to create a new project. And if you're a House Call Pro user, this is going to say select House Call Pro project. And that's what we're going to select. If you use either of these two options, what's going to happen is it's going to create a project outside of your CRM. And you don't want to do that. Select project. Okay, and then what pulls in here is determined by your settings when you first integrated with the CRM. So if you have in your measureQuick settings that all projects come in, then you're going to see all your projects. But in our settings, we only have in progress and dispatch to show up. So I'm going to select the job I was just in, stick figure here, and then I'm going to select the type of project. For this example, it's an installation. So we're going to do installation, and it's just telling me that no equipment was found because we don't have equipment as part of the integration. So it's just say we're going to create a new one. You say okay. And what you're going to do is you're just going to go through each of these tabs and just fill out as much information as you can. If you don't have the information, it's not a big deal. The technician also sees these same fields in the app, and they can add that information in the field if you don't have it. But we are going to verify a few things. Let's verify our address here. It did pull in the address from House Call Pro. And maybe we want to rename this. We can pretend that this is an apartment unit. So we could say Sticky's house, unit number 1. And you can drag and drop this pin. Say there's 3 units on this building, and unit number 1 is that one right there. Okay, next. And okay, pulled in the name and the email from House Call Pro, so we don't have to worry about that. So we can hit next. And now here's where we want to verify the placement of the equipment. So if it's outside unit, if you happen to know which unit, if this is apartment, they're probably all bundled together. But if you knew the unit, you would drag and drop it to the actual unit. So for this example, we'll say this one right here is Sticky's unit. And maybe the units are tagged, I don't know. But we can just name it. And next. Okay. Now here's where you can start entering as much information as you know about that piece of equipment. And if you have more, you can enter more. Next, and then the profile of the equipment. So is it a split, heat-only package, and what type of compressor? And let's see, we'll say this is 3-ton. It's a big apartment. And everything else looks good. So I'll hit next on that. Actually, yeah. Now I don't expect office staff to know what the length of the line set's gonna be, right? But you can at least set the location if you know it. So where is it gonna be? And let's say this one is going to be a crawl space. And if you have a standard line set diameters, you just put those there. And there's our filters. Let's add a return. And if it's an install, you probably have a set filter type that you use, or if you know it. And, okay. So I'll hit next. And if you have this information, great. If not, yep, the tech will do it in the field. Oops, I did that wrong. I don't want to throw it. Okay. And save. Okay, so now we saved what we knew from the office, and now when the only thing the technician has to do when they get out to the field is just verify it, visually verify it, and then run their measurements. So let's see what that will look like. So now I'm a technician in the field, I'm on my iPad, I'm on the job site. And I'll refresh this. And under my dispatch projects is where we're gonna find all of our dispatched projects. Normally when projects come over from either Service Titan or House Call Pro, you're gonna see, you'll see the invoice number, and then you'll also see the House Call Pro job. You know that just came straight from House Call Pro. When it comes from our cloud, it's the top one there. You can see a lot more information, the full address, the title, the type of workflow, and how far away it is from your current location. And say, for example, you're at the office and you're about to leave and you know that you're gonna go to a house that has terrible reception, it's out in the middle of nowhere, and you know you're gonna lose connection, you can click the little cloud with the down arrow, and that'll download it while you have a connection so that you can work offline when you get there. And before I continue, I'm gonna turn on show touch indicators so that you guys can see what I'm doing. There you go. Okay, so we'll click on this job. And we're gonna unlock it. Now, if you are an NCI member, your company is an NCI member, you have some benefits. You have, depending on your membership level, up to 5 to 10 free projects that you can use per month. So in this instance, it's telling me, hey, you have some available. Do you want to use it? And I'm gonna say, yeah, I do. So yes. Oh, dismiss. I just needed to refresh that. It was working, it just needed a refresh. Okay. So now you're in your workflow, and if you're on a tablet, this is what's gonna look like. It's a split screen. But what you're gonna do is if you're using our standard workflows, you're gonna click through, each one of these red X's and just verify the information. Some came through, oh, phone number's missing, maybe you have it, you want to add it. That's fine. It's fine if you don't. But continue, and then that red X will turn into a green check mark.
Just the manifolds, that's all we have right now that works.
And you just go through the rest of them here. Pulls in the profile.
Tying in all the logos, tying into reporting, and I'm at least gonna get.
And then you're just verifying, maybe now you know what it's going to be. And so the technician will enter the actual. And this information is important for our subsystem reviews, so we highly recommend it if you have this information. The filter information came through. And now we're just ready to test. And that's how fast it is. That's how easy it is for a technician to just say, check, 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 connect the probes, let's get it commissioned. I'm just gonna put in some example data here. Okay. And if I had an electrical meter and just verify this information, the electrical meter would automatically pull this in, but for this example, and we're gonna save a test in. But it's an installation, so you're most likely only gonna do a test in. This is our subsystem reviews. Everything looks good. And we also wanna take a photo. So you wanna take a photo of the electrical system and use that. Okay, so say you commissioned it, you got a report, looks good, it's got an A+. What we're gonna do next is generate, and then you can either look at your pro report here, or if you know it's good because your score would be shown here. So if it's 100% and you're just ready to be done, generate, and then you're gonna save to House Call Pro, and that'll save it back. Now say, for example, you're a company that utilizes our guided workflows. Let me show you what that would look like in that example. So let's pretend that we're back, like we just opened up the test, but you're like, oh my gosh, I don't know this user interface. How do I get to my guided? So you're gonna scroll down here, and under additional options, view as guided, and it'll switch your user interface to a guided workflow, and then you can scroll through your steps. Okay. I just had to enable that so that I could keep going. So continue. You can verify the customer information came over. Okay, and then you just follow the steps just like a standard guided just like a guided workflow. It pulls in the filter information, so you just verify that. Now it's going to prompt you to enter air handler and evaporator information if you have it, because the office staff didn't do it. They may not have had it, and so you'll have to manually input it there. But say let's see, we'll do air handler. Okay. So you can do this either through our standard workflow or our guided workflow. So the technician's still in the field, but they're done. When they sent the report to House Call Pro, that's not exiting the project. So they'll want to do one step further and just hit exit. And exit and sync to cloud is always the best option, but if you don't have any cell signal or Wi-Fi, then you can always hit exit and save to device until you get back to the shop. So what it's going to look like now in House Call Pro, any images that that technician took and a copy of the pro report is going to be saved as attachments onto that job, just like you're probably used to seeing. And that's it. That's how you can use both of our dashboards or our clouds to input as much information as you can for your technicians.